Peace and blessings to all of God's people on this kind of rainy day here in Nashville. But hey, sometimes, you got to look for light in other places. I have something here. It's a little narrative from the book of the prophets, Zechariah, chapter 3. I want to take this scripture and go a little bit deeper into it and show you some things. Chapter 3, short narrative, I'm going to try to make this as expedient as I possibly can. Joshua, Jesus, Anyway, he's in this narrative, what's being told from verses 1 through 8 is, the scene is, here's Joshua, Jesus, however you choose, want to refer to it. And they're standing before God, and Satan is right there with Joshua. And the verses say he's got filthy clothes on. Joshua been down through there. In life, that's why God has special favor for the poor and for people struggling, but really for the poor, because in life you find some of the kindest hearts and some of the most generous people are poor people. I know there's like this guy, but they got their hearts. I mean, it sustains them. But Joshua's standing here, and he's got the filthy clothes on, and right away, the Most High speaks, and he says, no, take that away from him. Go get him some clean, get him white robe, get a gold crown to place on his head, polish him up, get him straight. I got things for him to do. Now, I'm going to read this verse. I'm going to start at verse 8, and I'm going to read verse 8 and 9. These are only two. Hear now, O Joshua, the high priest, thou and thy fellow that sit before thee, for they are men wondered at. For behold, I will bring forth my servant, the branch. Men wondered at? Okay, this is a mystical teaching. Let me show you. People always say, oh, Rasta, man, you always talking about that King James Bible. But hold on. All these Bibles been tampered with. The oldest Bible, evidence is popping up all over everywhere now. Ethiopia, let me get something straight. I've been teaching this for 30 years. Ethiopia, that whole continent we call Africa one time, was called Ethiops, land of the Blackfeet. That whole area, we call it all of Africa. Men came along later through wars and conquests, whatever it is, and created Panama Canal in the Middle East. That was man's hand. That whole land, that's the land of Ham. That's the land of the burnt-faced people. But anyway, now the evidence is popping up. The oldest Bible is there with all the complete books. The 66 books in the King James Version, but the Septuagint, that had 70 books. But it was a lot of books taken away for, they said it was this and that and the other, but, we can go on and on about it. But some people didn't want the truth to come out, but it's coming out regardless. Like Bob said, none of this can stop the times. The times is going to come. That's just the way it is. But Joshua, in this narrative, he's got cleaned up. He's been redeemed. Now, verse 8, they were saying men wondered at. In other words, they call him the branch. The branch, as you know, is there to grow and create limbs and reach out and touch things and create things. So it's going to grow sprouts, and the sprouts going to grow sprouts, and it's going to keep expanding. So we're talking about, for lack of a better description right here, a process of initiation one goes through to find something of value, and that's going to be in verse 9. For behold, the stone that I have laid before Joshua, upon one stone shall be 7 eyes. Behold, I will engrave the graven thereof, saith the Lord of hosts, and I will remove the iniquity of the land in one day. Now, this is why I deal with this book, because the book is written in parables, metaphors, allegories, and certain things represent things that speak another language, like the moral of the story, or, the story beyond the words. See, anytime a story comes across, it's supposed to have a message or some type of message with it. Well, you have 9 holes in the human body. 7 of them are in your head. The stone is your head. You got 2 eye sockets, 2 ears, 2 nostrils, 1 mouth. Okay, 7. What this scripture is talking about is the inner kingdom, which is the pineal gland, which vibrates. And once it's vibrating, but what happens between ages of 6 and 12 years old? It calcifies. Now, it's a lot of different philosophies, but the higher knowledge says it calcifies because the man or young lady is growing into the ways of the world, and they are not using that power of observation. As children, that's what, that power, that inner power is attached. But as they become trained and indoctrinated into the ways of the world, that pineal gland calcifies. It stops vibrating, and it disconnects us from our higher self, the pineal gland. And this is what this teaching is. Once that pineal gland open, a whole new dimension. Some teachings call it Turiya, which is a 4th dimensional perception. We see it in symbologies such as the pyramid, the Eye of Haru over that, it's coming to witness consciousness, where you're witnessing things. Now, you're not using measurements, yardsticks, tape rules, and all this type of thing. What you're using is your powers of observation. How can that be a higher teaching than you're looking at things that's being done, that's also triggering within you, things are yet to be done. So it gives you the perception that your problems, your tribulations, and your challenges, if you just be still and know and observe it, it will teach you how to solve it. Peace and blessings to all of God people. I hope I said something here that will resonate within your spirit. It's about opening your inner vision. Your inner vision, your body you're gonna still be, all these laws are gonna be relevant. But once you open your inner vision and start taking your inner journey, all of this right here is like background. And I'm just here to tell you, peace and blessings to all of God's children.